What's the deal? Can I get a what's the deal? What up, y'all? What's going on? Yo, this thing, you should stop pulling my hair. Alright. What goes on, everybody? How's everyone doing? How was everybody's morning? Any good positions? Fire it up. Fire it up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's fill up the stream before we do an analysis. Just had an hourly close though, right? Very interesting. Oh no, we didn't. We're about to. 30 seconds. Interesting. Enable spawn kill and enable wall hacks. That's funny. There was something I wanted to talk about on stream, but honestly, I forgot. I was actually on my way home. Right? I was coming home from the gym. And I don't know, I was thinking, I was like, this is like, I want to discuss this on stream. And then I was like, should I write it down? And I was like, nah, I'm just going to repeat it a few times. And I'm going to remember. And I forgot what it was. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, man. Where is everybody? What's going on? It's kind of interesting. I don't know if we close back in range here, but there's a small resistance here that I think we did not close above. Even though it's kind of back in this range. Some volume off the flip here. Let's go do a breakdown. A breakdown. So, very interesting. I think if today at some point in the evening or London session, we can tap 2012, if it might happen, right? The daily closed bearish. So we're gonna need a, we're gonna need to drive down here because I would like us to tap 2013 and then come back up. And I would look for a swing position back to 2090 area. Not a bad 600 pip swing, but like even more, right? 800 pip swing, but I need price to come down here. Probably 2013. And if it happens over the course of today, I might take this as it's coming down on the weekly. If we just so happen to come down all the way here. It's just a lot to ask for, right? We would have to come down 250, 260 pips. I don't know if we have a catalyst to drive us down. Let's see. Oh, prelim GDP tomorrow. Okay. 8:30. We only have one red folder. G20 meetings. Oh my god. Kids got me sick. Oh, they got my nose stuffed. Sorry, the sniffles got me tonight, chat. Alright, so the daily also grabbed the top wick, close bearish. I think if we are to drive, we're going to come down and see a support here. Alright, let's look at this a bit more zoomed in. And the thing is, if we close so bearish on the daily, first thing we did was make this bottom wick here. We're coming up. If we come up and tap the next resistance and break the lows on the daily, I think it's solid to continue down. And the next daily resistance, yeah, at least at 2034. But it's gonna take the whole day, right? It's gonna take a few sessions, not all the way up to New York. Okay. So we'll have our range mostly between 38 and 25, but I think we'll be able to take advantage of something even way before 35 or 38. So I gotta be honest with you, right? We had a pretty solid liquidity grab and a push down, but nothing much really happened for the day. It's kind of stayed in one spot. Price is almost where it opened. For yesterday's daily candle. So maybe today we'll move. Let's see what happens. Finish early and sleep? Nah, I got plenty of energy. My nose and stuff. My kids come home from school and they jump and hug me and like slobber all over me. My risk per trade, 1 to 10%. How come we haven't seen you in days on New York session? I've been there. I'm over there. I'm trading. See a bearish 2,250. Yeah, but it's like, do you want to enter incident drawdown? Do you want to enter during the drive? Do you want to take advantage of the pullback? What's your, what are you looking for? I do Apple up on downstream. I'm there. Okay. Let's see if we can get some closures above 2030 here. It's an interesting level here, but I think if we get closures above that level, we're not necessarily going to drive up, but we're going to see the candle after it react and give indication of what we're going to do. Oh, can you please look at my DM on Discord? I will after the stream, I promise you. I'll look at, oh shit, Javier's here. Welcome. Thought you weren't going to show up. I will. Oh, damn, that's crazy, man. What's your general area? What's your general area? Huh? Carly, Jonathan, welcome. Thank you for coming through. What's going on here? So the 5 printed back in range here, right? Yeah. It's just the 5. $15 close in 2 minutes. All right, we grabbed orders on the hourly. Came down. Can we get some kind of closure above? We haven't had a closure above yet. Candles that close inside of wicks. How can you tell if that's a reversal? Gold may buy up a little and sell back off. True. What's all this shit going on? The U.S. clients can't use prop firms. I think some people have switched over to futures, and some people are trading with brokers that aren't as reputable as some of the ones that were here and left. So people are using different trading software now. Like I read in the chat, someone's using Trade Locker, right? Or something like that. Knicks robbed the Pistons? Yeah, but it don't matter for the Pistons. They still suck. Knicks have a chance to get like top 3 or 2 seed. So, good. I'm glad. So you're hitting profits with a temporary bullish trade. What overall direction bias does your analysis say for gold? We're bearish on the daily. We're expecting it to come down on the daily, but this is the Asian session. What do we typically do in the Asian session? We either pull back or range. It's very seldom that it's the drive, right? As the 15 is closed above here. So I'd say we need to make a top wick for this daily candle before eventually continuing the drive down. We're, made a nice rejection wick here, and for us, if we do come up, we're gonna have to close bullish on the daily and then eventually break the low, grab some orders and drive. So we had a 15 close above here, and let's see if we can establish 2030 as a support. It's a really small wick here, but 30's got one. 30's got a strong one. Breaking the highs. Alright, so if we can re-break current lows of this candle, or the current low, the current 30 lows, current 15 lows, I'm sorry, not the 30 lows. If we can re-break current 15 lows and then re-break the highs, we'll look for some buys. We just haven't had a 30 above here. This is the first 30 breaking up, and the 15 closed, but the 15 didn't give much of a bottom wick. So I think it's possible that it might come back in range for a fake out, right? So if on a bearish day, right, if the overall daily bias is bearish is bias, and you're expecting the eventual drive down, you don't know how steep that top wick's going to be, right? It could reject here, but you want the price to really retest this area and then drive after a closure above, not retest the area and then close above. So you had our first closure. Let's come back down in range, grab some orders. Will it? It might not. It might just literally pop here. Look at this 30. But the previous 30 closed below, so, right? For all I know, this could still come back down, close doji or close bearish, because you haven't had that 30 close above yet. If I didn't know any better, I think Tina would be in a trade here. Tina's probably in some buys. Right? Oh, he's not here. Oh, you are. I knew it. I know it. Yeah, this might correct and come up. I'm just not in it. Ideally, it creates this range here and pulls back for the 30, and we get another wick. Right, because I see the 30 coming up, but I don't want the 30 to finish out the move up, right? There's some range to come up. So let it come up and then pull back, create a top wick. might just continue here. Looks strong. Really want a steeper wick though on the weekly. Month is gonna, well, month's coming to a close and it's bearish so far. All right, 5 closed. Ooh, 5 closed above. Yeah, it should continue up. Give me top wick. 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes. Eyes on the road. Gold's going up. The place it's in is clear. Sure. I want a closure here on the 30, so I'd like a pullback, somewhat of a top wick, but if it fills the range to 33 here, we're gonna reevaluate. Caught the entire 15. Yeah, it's not bad off the 15, but the 30 and the hourly never closed. I'd rather have the 30 and the hourly close, and then when the 15 forms, you enter, right? But they've never closed above, and if the 30 was gonna close, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this closes in 7 minutes. But if you took it off the 15, congrats. You were, I think you're good here, right? You're like what, 10, 11 pips in profit. Where's my phone? Chat. Tornado in the middle of a basketball game. They stopped the game. Chat, give me 1 sec. I got this. Holy joint. I think that's what I'm missing. ashtray. Don't worry, chat. No poll. No poll. Don't worry. Would have scalped the fuck out of that as soon as it broke previous resistance. Why didn't you? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You watch college ball? Yeah, I was just watching Kansas. You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. Fuck Kansas. No, right now I'm watching Sixers Celtics tied at 46. Trade options, just tuning in for the vibes. Ah, I got you. You're here to troll. I love it. I love it. Three minutes here for the 30. You ever spell an easy word wrong and feel stupid? No. But you ever say a simple word and just start repeating it in your head? And then you repeat it and you're like, why the fuck is this even a word? You ever go through that shit? I'll be talking and I'll be like, wait a minute, that sounds weird. Why the fuck is this even a word? Who came up with this? And it'd be like the most basic words, but sometimes I just feel like that. Sound like the meme of Wheat Thoughts? I don't know. 'Where's LeCedric Harris? I think this should bring you to your next point, Mr. Harris. Start thinking of these words when you're lit. No, it's just mid-conversation. I just be saying something and I'd be like, especially like when something is like redundant, like repetitive, or like, how did they come up with this? What fucking civilization came up with this? Alright, 30's coming to a close here. We got a top wick. Let's get a bottom wick. To support, you have a 15 bounce off of support. I'd want a bottom wick here. A strong bottom wick. And then we can look for a flip. Hit a 5 bearish, so maybe we have room to come down. Oh, what the fuck? The 5 just flipped. This shit just might come up. Badum wick. I need a badum wick. A bono wick. I don't know. This little minor rejection area shouldn't stop it. It should continue up, but ideally it continues up after creating a bottom wick. It doesn't have a bottom wick here. You don't want it to flip, right? You don't want it to come up and flip bearish. For our close 30 minutes, maybe fake out. It could be maybe we're getting a top wick, but I don't think, like, here's the thing. If we're getting a fake out, at some point you're gonna see closures that are respecting resistance. And so far the 15's closed above, the 30's closed above. Right? Nothing has been respecting resistance. The hourly, the previous hourly did, but this hourly came down bottom wick and started closing above, so maybe the hourly closes above, we get a pullback for the next 4-hour candle, which is not gonna have a bottom wick, right? So pullback for the next 4-hour candle to 2031, and we can look for a flip. If we don't have a top wick, we might have a wick entry. Okay, so if we come down here off the 4, we might get a wick entry at 2030. I don't know, Hank, because right, you have to realize that there's room to go, right? There's room to come up, but the 4 hours, right? As you're gonna come up on the 4-hour, you can expect the next 4-hour to pull back some. So if you're expecting that, like maybe manage it before the 4-hour close, or once you start filling some ranges here. I'm not much of a trail stops type of person, right? I'm more of a secure, gonna bake in, take risk off the table, and see if we can get to the ultimate TP. Ultimate. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's driving. I think off the hourly, if this was the level, it's pretty solid. What do you think of EMAs or SMAs? I don't think they're necessary. I mean, they're lagging indicators. They tell you what's already happened. By the time they cross, the move has happened. Yeah, the only way for me to be off that 15 is if this was with the daily bias. If we created, for example, if everything was the same except this was a top wick to come down, right? If we were still coming down, or if the daily bias was bullish, then I think as we're getting this, you can take that off the rip. But still expecting the daily to come down more a bit at some point. Yeah, lovely. Watch this fill the range in the next 20 minutes. Psh, straight up. Which would suck because then the next 4-hour candle will just range. Oh, you're just chilling today, guys. Excuse me, I'm trolling myself. I was just joking. But you good? You good? Congrats to everybody that's sitting on that 15, 30. As you should definitely have risk. Should definitely be risk free. Yeah, I'm gonna wait in this hourly close. Gonna If that's the session, just us trickling up here, then at some point we're gonna need to come back down here and grab orders. I'm gonna look for us to tap 2030.9 here before we make a decision. If not, if it continues up, then we're gonna need to see strong pullback, right? So we could take advantage of a bottom wick. So if this 4-hour closes incredibly bullish, once it starts pulling back, if it doesn't have a top wick, and if we close incredibly bullish, I mean above the next resistance, the 4-hour resistance, right? If 4-hour closes above 33.3 here, I'm gonna look for a buy on the bottom wick of the next 4-hour candle, and I'm gonna look for it at around 2030. And that's not because it's not because I think it will happen. I'm just saying that's what I'll plan on doing. If it does happen, then it'll be good enough for me to get in. It's just stipulation for me. Driving. All good luck trading. About to blaze and bump. Definitely tune in tomorrow. Beautiful. Drop a like before you dip. Sub to the channel. Oh, chat. Go follow the IG as well. Oh, we gotta flip the tape ski. Yeah, we're gonna wait out these 17 minutes here. Wait on this 4-hour close, and if we don't get a top wick, if the first thing we do is start coming down on the next 4-hour, once we tap 2030.5, I'll look for a buy. Yeah, haven't broken yesterday's low. You'd expect that at some point, right? See what we got going on. We have Cincinnati, Houston. That's a whack game. Kentucky, Mississippi State. That's a good game. Mississippi State is up. Yeah. They better not storm the fucking court. I'm tired of that shit. Green in the house. What's the deal? Close game, yeah, last 5 minutes. Oh, Mississippi's gonna give it away. In long 30.75, yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people are on that flip. My team, like my college team, the U. The U. Played Tyler Hero in high school? Yeah. He must be a good actor. Trojans. All right. Gator fun here. Get that shit out. Look at this. They were up 4 to down 3. 7-point swing in like 90 seconds. Had to step away, kiddos. You know. No, we don't know. Tell us. Well, you've been trading 5 years. What got you involved? An ex-employee. This will be interesting if this if we close right at it, right at 2033. We might see a London session tap of 2025. We'll see. Good night, Avon. Call you 20. Oh, good night, baby Hank. See you tomorrow. Yes, sir. We'll get a retest below. Well, it kind of you need to establish a resistance and then drive off a support, right? So if you were looking at it like this, right, you have a range from here, right, across here to here. Higher time frame. I guess you can say you can't even say that. This is range 1, right? According to our old rules, we would wait for buys above 2038 or for a resistance to be formed above 2035, then look for buys. But we could get in here earlier. We just need to establish a resistance earlier and find a support, and then we can look for buys. Just came across live. What's up? What I miss? About half the live. What's the deal? Many cars. Many cars. Yeah, many cars. But did you know Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines? And on top of that, he just went into Harry's and ordered 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec exhaust. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. It's a good game. 90 seconds left, I think, here. Yep. Kentucky about 1. GJ?
How about new?
Ooh. Nice basket. Shepard got 23. Time to spark? Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good idea. It's always a good idea. Four-hour close in 3.5 minutes. What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? It's a little misleading. That's what it should look like. Oh, good night, Ori. Got a cold? No, I don't have a fever. I'm not. I feel fine. Just got a stuffy nose. So yeah, probably a cold. Oh. Just feeling the range, huh? 10 seconds here for the 4 hour, for the hourly. What you gonna do? It's got a small wick. It's really basically no wick. I still take buys here. We need to come down. If it just comes up here, it's a little difficult. Raw garlic. I'm not trying to ward off fucking vampires, though. I told you guys that, you know, garlic, you sleep really good after garlic. Like, if you guys really want to get a good night of sleep, you gotta get some garlic. You sleep really good after garlic. You just gonna sleep alone, and that's why you sleep good. Do you encompass structure and trend line breaks, areas of gravity? No, I mean, I do pay attention to structure, but I don't need to mark it up. I don't use trend lines or areas of gravity, whatever that is. On lower frame, goal looks to sell because technically it's in a resistance zone. It's broken to 15. Maybe. It's an ugly 4 hour close with really small top wick. It did close above the most recent, not the overall. It's below the overall. But it's back in this range, right? You have a support here. It's back up above 2031. And the next higher time frame resistance up at 2038. So at some point you'd expect to get there unless you get a bearish 4 hour close here. Back below the previous one. It could happen, but you're going to need to tap. You need to tap probably 2035 before that decision is made. So if we can come down here. This is good. This is good. I will say this though, there's a level right where we closed. This is 25, this is 11. So, just looking at some of the mirrors that we've had here, right? And where we are in the market, right? We had this drive down here, this drive down here, then you had to drive up to this area, and then you had to drive up to this area, right? Across the board. And you came back down, not quite to the same area. But then next rejection was here. Well, right here, actually, at the wick. There's a level right there. So, if we can close bearish here, if the market is able to do something like this on this 30 or on this hourly, I don't mind. Get a bearish closure and then come up and retap that 2034 area right here and then flip bearish. Right, we're gonna look for these sells. I'd like tap this area and then we're gonna look for sells here. But we're gonna need a few things to happen here. You're gonna need some bearish closures, because all we know right now, this could be a bottom wick for the 4 hour. The thing is, I don't want to take. I wanted to take the bottom wick here, but I don't want to take it with the previous 4 hour not having a top wick. I wanted a decent top wick, something, right? Something like this. Oh, whoops. Something like this, something we can clearly fill. There's no wick to fill here. If so facto, not much range. We'd love to see this hourly flip and not drive. Like flip and come back down. Makes our life so much easier. Oh shit, they tied the game with 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're a oh! Wow, Kentucky just took that on a buzzer beater from the only white kid on the entire fucking team. How did he even get the ball? That's the water boy. Bobby Boucher. That's crazy. They got the water boy out there with 6 seconds to go, and he just scored the game winner. He's the only white kid on the team. Wow. He's the only white kid on both teams. Look, there's 10 players on the court, and he's the only white kid, and he's got the ball. You know John Calipari was out there like, yo, you motherfuckers better give this kid the ball. You just want to see NBA? You better give him the ball. It's crazy. How do you identify the candle that will be the drive? I've been in ranging position lately. How to avoid that? It's experience. Knowledge guided by experience. What's going to be the drive? It's a lot of patience. Have patience. If you think it's the drive, it's probably not it. Just wait a little. And really, you're looking for really two things. You're looking for volume and direction. Volume will be a closure outside the range, so get that closure, and direction would be a rejection of the range, so when a support or resistance established outside the range. You laughing at my thumbnail? I know, it's funny. The guy's too skinny to be me. My mama said foosball is the devil. Nachos. You did the countdown just now, and my internet literally went off. Yeah, bro. Pay up. The hell? I think this is a game. Any stop limits taken yet? No, we only have we have stops or limits. We don't have stop limits. I think you, my friend, are doing futures. I got a sell 2001, but I've not closed, which I know is daft. But long term, are we bearish? Should I hold? How long are you thinking? I'm bearish on the daily. I'm bullish on the weekly. Right? I'm bullish on the hour, 4 hour, and the 15. But I'm bearish on the 5. Right, so I don't know what you're looking for. Like, you're 300 pips in drawdown, as far as I understand. And if you weren't sure at 100 pips and you didn't close, and you weren't sure at 200 pips and you didn't close, now you're down 300 pips and you're still not closing. You're looking for advice. I don't think there's anything I could tell you to make you close. You've held this long. Like, you honestly, you gotta close the position based on one factor. You don't have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you should close it. And you sound like you don't have a plan. Close it, reevaluate, and just start over. Take this as a learning experience. And if you didn't learn anything from the position, just learning experience that you shouldn't be entering a position without a plan. 15 closing here in 10 seconds. 15 closed bearish. How's the 5? Ooh, the 5's back up above the most recent. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get a nice top wick and come back down. Because why you no more in downstream? I am. No more FOMO. Sound like 21. Nah, I'm 38. They call me 38. 38. 38. 38. 38. If you look at the hour frame, you see that they broke low and then broke higher. If you look to the left, which tells us the market what to go higher, it's playing market structure. What's your cue to entry? What's, right. 38. Thought I was 24 with teenage kids? You crazy. I might look it when I shave. Dance to the song, everything. Oh, you did. You choreographed it. Film it. Post it. We'll play it. I promise you, we'll all point and laugh. It's gonna be fun. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, we can have. We'll do a dance off. It's a walk off. You guys seen Zoolander? When they show up at the club and they stare each other down. They're like, all right, it's gonna be a battle. They start battling. Who's the better model? And people in the crowd start whispering. They're like, it's a walk off. There's gonna be a walk off. Billy Zane's in there. It's funny as hell. Alright. Cookies in the computer. The files are inside the computer. We get it out. This is Matt. To be honest, he's probably too high to answer. No, I only had one pull from this joint. I smoked the previous 5 before stream. So it's too scary for me. Are we bearish long term? In what sense? The daily closed bearish, right? So we're expecting the daily to still come down and grab some more orders to maybe 2025, maybe 2027 area, right? Whether if it's today, great. If it's not today, if we don't flip and close bullish, then I'd expect the daily tomorrow, if we close like we are right now, to still come down, grab a bottom wick, and then drive up and do something like this, right? So the daily is bearish because we're still expecting to grab orders, grab more orders. But the weekly has already closed bullish, and we're on the weekly, you're looking for a bottom wick to continue to all-time highs, right? To retest the all-time highs that were made previously. So that's where we stand right now. As far as the session, we're bullish for the session. That doesn't mean we can't take sells, right? You have to be able to collect data as it prints in front of you, as these candles print, and adjust on the go. The market is not static. It's very dynamic, and so should your strategy be. You should be very dynamic and flexible, and be objective, not thinking outside the box, but you should be outside the box looking in. Right? Detach yourself from these charts, right? And zoom out. Some of you feel like you're in like 3D land, where you're standing in the middle of all these charts, right? Some of you just fucking roaming around over here, just do. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that is. Just gotta stop chilling over here, just walking. Just lost. Detach yourself from what's going on in the charts and really be logical. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Should be going up, should be going down. See, mark up your zones, wait for what you expect, and don't get impulsed into a position, but act and execute based on what you expect. Right now, I see this, and look, this candle here, no top wick, straight down. That's a possibility. Was there an indication? No, not on the smaller time frame. It just kind of collapsed. But for us to get in there, we're going to need to see a break of the highs and then a drive down again. How do you explain us trading below 2,000 before? What do you mean? I love trading below 2,000. There's plenty of data. It's awesome. Technical analysis becomes kind of easy, a lot easier. Right? It's the all-time highs that give issues, because you have no historical price data. Everything's kind of right. Everything is arbitrary. All the levels above there. Price discovery is one hell of a place to be. Pun intended. One hell of a place to be. Yeah. Self-discovery is one hell of a road to take. What's in my phone? I bet you there ain't nothing in there. I bet you. Bet you ain't nothing in there. we'll ever get above 2100? Yes. Where? Over here? Middle of February? I don't know. Why does it matter? Just that's where the market went. I don't know why it went to 1980. I know that's where it went. We traded it down. We traded it up. I don't know. I don't know why. Well, I don't. Here's the thing. A better question is, why are you so focused on 2000? Like, why are we focused on 2000? Why aren't we focused on current price? Because when the market was at 2000, I wasn't saying, oh shit, we're at 2000. I was just, you know, basing stuff on previous levels, and it wasn't really 2000, right? I don't know, at 98, I don't know. Just, I don't know. What they ask in the YouTube stream, I don't know. So we broke the previous 30 low, created a bottom wick for it, but there's 3 minutes left in this 30, so that's gonna come up and drive. Probably gonna get a closure. Can we get a closure belowsion? People just selling off the daily, no lower time frame. Perspective. Maybe that's how they trade. They trade off the daily. Get one hot day and one day that piss down rain and it just alternates. In Florida, you get that within an hour. Like it was snowing 4 hours ago. It's raining across the street right now and it's 95 degrees and sunny in my yard. That's how Florida be like. You like gin with orange? I'm not much of a drinker. I'm a little drinker. I'm a big smoker. Sour Kush, both. It's tough to take buys. I wish this hourly first came up, created a top wick, and then came down. Now we can reject, and now we can use that top wick that would have been made as range to come up. But we don't have that, so it becomes a little tough to take buys here. But sells aren't bad if you actually flip, and because there's no top wick, if you flip on the hourly and then reflip back bearish on the 30, might take those positions down, expecting the 4 hour to then eventually come up and close bullish, maybe, but to at least create a bottom wick here. steeper bottom wick. So the 30 just closed. Let's see if we can come up and tap 2034. If we can tap 2034, we'll have sell stops on bearish flip. Held the 5 level here. I also wouldn't mind if we break the lows of this 30 that just closed and then break the highs. That's the only way we can look for buys. We can have buys based on the same thing. If we come down, grab a steeper wick, reject off a support, and then re-break highs, we can look for buys there. It's just New York session, it's highly likely to happen in one candle. Asian session, the volume's a bit lagging. The catalysts for volume aren't here to do that. I was today years old when I found out Inez enough. I'm like, hey, yo, he's fucking Australian. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Sydney, I think. Brother, have you tried Moonrun? Yes. Do a trick? No, that's what the mods are here for. Where are the mods at? Where's all the mods? They left. Chat didn't see the backflip. Chat, who's been here the longest? Who's been here since the day we started streaming? I'm not asking the mods. Who's been here, like, anyone here been since the day we started streaming? Any day ones in here? Atomic Motive. No way you're not a day one. Yeah, Finesse Child. I think I've seen you since day one. Jay's been here forever. Someone's like, it's my day one. It's my first day, fool. Second week. 3 months. Alright, cool. You're still in school when you started streaming? True. You're new though. Alright. I'm a today forward. Good shit. Six to 8 months. Okay, that's cool. First day here. Yeah, alright. I don't know how you're not a mod captain. I don't know why the mods haven't voted you in yet. We made a lot of money on GJ together, and then what happened? I stopped trading GJ. Not much of a top wick. I'd want a steeper top wick. Maybe after a closure below 2032. That's 0.9 here. Minor level, but if maybe close below there and get a top wick. 32.3. Yeah, 32.9. I wouldn't mind if it's a 5 closure either. We dropping wicks first. We driving up, then we dropping. Yeah, it might be, but it's not. I'm okay with not being in the market right now. Been here for a sentence. It's a long time. Cam doesn't gank, but I can't have my vote. Ah. Ooh. Tough crowd. wrench. Yeah, you get wrenched. You get to be wrenched. Being a mod here, it's like it's more of you're like a prison guard for a juvenile detention center. Know what I mean? Because these aren't really hardened criminals you guys are patrolling, right? They don't really have an understanding of what they're doing. You're not here to teach them a lesson. You're just here to scare the shit out of them. Scared straight. Chat, give me a second. No, there's gonna be no poll, I promised. Unless you want a poll. You guys want a poll? Let's do a poll. Alright, give me a second, chat. Monty Mullins was passed. He was pissed. Yes. New here, if I'm gonna ask you what's your strategy, what's your suggestion for a consistent account blower? Lower your risk. I don't care what your account size is. Drop your lot size. Yeah. How do you deal with anxiety? I don't pay attention to it. I grew out of it. It doesn't fit me anymore. Like sometimes you just become like, you know how you outgrow and become bigger than your clothes? At some point, you become bigger than the actual anxiety. You become stronger, and your personality, your behavior, your experience, you outgrow anxiety. You focus on things that you can control. Because you realize how big of a waste of time it is to focus on things you can't control. And when you start valuing time, right? Right now you're valuing money, right? And that's why you're getting a lot of anxiety. You're placing you're concentrating on the wrong things. You put priority into time, and your anxiety will go down. Just advice. That's good. What's good? Maybe get a job, pay the bills, trade for a skill, not to pay the bills. Yeah, in trading, honestly, your job in trading is not to voice your opinion. It's to listen to your opinion. A lot of you guys think that you're like, right? Your brain is here, right? To like give you ideas for you to voice them, right? For you to put them out into the world. No. In trading, when your head gives you an idea, it's for you to listen to it, not for you to, right? For you to voice it. That's the real growth here. When you can listen to your own ideas, not just, you know, your brain thinks it, all of a sudden you're giving out opinions, but are you listening to your own self? What up, Nick? TT in the house. Thank you for coming through. What's the deal? Great book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. I've never heard of that book. But if you're recommending it, must be a good read. $10 minutes here for the hourly. Range of danger. Hey, thank you, Manny. Appreciate you. Flavor Flav. Just show Flavor Flav in the crowd at the Texas Tech game. That's funny. How's my day? It's well. My day is always well. Been a real pleasure. Thank you for letting me be here. I look forward to the next session. Bath and bed to my youngest now. Rest easy. Yeah, I think my youngest passed out already. I think the middle one and the older one is still out there. I don't know. Scheming something. I don't know about the NAS 100. No clue. No bottom wick. Maybe it's, I don't know, 6 minutes here left in the hourly. Nothing to take advantage of. We're gonna need to either, there's a bunch of things would need to happen here right now at this moment. Still, right? So you have your 15 that's closing bullish, right? Well, it's bullish right now. Previous had no wick. So you would need an understanding that the previous 4 hour was bullish, right? For you to take any kind of buys, you would need to re-break the hourly low here and get to the next support roughly here, right? So you would need to break the previous hourly low, tap here, and then flip bullish. Let me see where, yeah, and you would need to close then on the next hourly, and then you can look for buys. Or if you don't get that hourly closure and the market continues driving, then you can look for that on the 4 hour as the 4 hour flip to come up. But you would need to re-break the lows here, which means, and you can't take the bottom wick here on a re-break of the lows because that's the daily driving down, right? The re-break of the lows, that's the daily flip to come down. So the only way you can take buys is if that happens, what I just said. Well, the only way I will take buys, re-break the lows, close bullish on the hourly, and then the candle after that, or we start driving up on this hourly to re-break the 4 hour highs. Now, we are printing bearish on the hourly, right? So it'll probably be easier to look for sells, but then once this hourly closes bearish, you would need a few things to happen as well. You would need price to come down close below here, whether it's the 15, the hourly, right? And if this happens, right? You're looking for a retest of this area. You look at where the wicks, you look at where the wicks have driven down from before. You see this wick here, you see these wicks here, right? You see a wick there, right? So you get these, that's what drives. You get a closure below, the next wick to here, close below. That's where the wicks are. So you get the closure below. This should be good enough. You tap here, a flip is all you. Let's see how we close here in 4 minutes. Chat, give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry gang, there's a line at the bathroom. Loud off the charts. 3 crazy kids under 3. You got 3 kids under 3? Yeah. So, like, so you got like friends that ain't seen your girl not pregnant in like 5 years. She always pregnant. If you have any new friends over the last 5 years, they just know your girl is pregnant. That's it. They've never seen her not pregnant. She pregnant by nature. That's just how she is, y'all. Yeah. Alright, so we had the hourly close, and we haven't moved in the first 20 seconds. Yeah. Are they like a mix, girls and boys, or is it like all one gender? I got all women. You guys are the only ones that understand me. That's it. One girl, two boys. Oh, you're in the majority, bruh. You're good. You good. Chilling. You big chilling. Were they all planned or were they like spontaneous? Like you come home one day and there's just like a baby at the house. How the fuck you get in here? Another father of three? Yeah, we're a fucking rare breed, gentlemen. Later, MMA. Spontaneously appearing babies? Yeah. You never had that? They're just popping up. Word. Another one. Mom of three? Hey. That's tough. You had to pop them babies out. By the third one, you're like, get the fuck out of me. It's crazy. The first two, great. The third one. Actually, no, I think for the third one, like, I was good. Like, I knew exactly. For the third one, I showed up to the hospital with a baseball glove. Straight up. When she was giving birth, I turned around. I tapped I tapped I tapped her gynecologist on the shoulder. I was like, "Get out the way. I got this." I got a picture of me somewhere in a mask. Fly ball. Yeah, I was yelling. I was like, "Look, you better not hit a grounder right now. This should better be a line drive straight in." Chat, you know what's wild? When we were giving birth, there was like a dude walking in with a camera crew. Not with a camera crew. He had like 4 or 5 people, 16 tripods set around the room. How uncomfortable has that got to be when you're giving birth? It's like, don't worry, honey. You're going to be famous. It's crazy. I looked at my girl. I was like, look, you think I'm crazy with the baseball glove? Look what they're doing. Gonna call it. Hopes catch those 100-pip runners today and see you guys tomorrow. A star was born. What was the film crew doing? They were set. I didn't see the birth. I just seen them walk into the room next to us, and they set up tripods like around the room. Like, I don't know. What were they doing? Was he gonna look for like instant replay? Like I can imagine the tripods and the camera crew and the baseball glove together, and then we already all right, and then we see if it was really a fly ball, if it was foul, if it was like right, we can rewind. But on their own, you know, on second thought, when they were walking in, I should have been like, "Oh, you guys are here. Come on." I got the gloves. Birth on Hulu. Yeah. Guys, so good night. Weeks, thanks for showing up here every night, man. Stepping away from family, helping serve people. Yes. Thank you for doing that every morning. I mean, what else are we going to do here? We're kind of ranging. Up 20 pips, down 20 pips. Yeah. I don't have to be here, but I like being here, and I'm going to trade it anyway, right? So I just enjoy being here and having some, you know, high quality conversations or some joyful conversations. But I enjoy getting some positions as well, but like unfortunately, like nothing for me. Watch, I'm gonna log off. This 4 hours gonna fucking flip and drive. Gold kind of died. I don't think it's time yet. It's getting there. And yesterday, like the position we had yesterday played out. It just wasn't time yet, right? It waited for London and then it played out. It ranged for about 2 to 3 hours. I looked at it at like 2 or 3. It started moving, and then remember we spoke about this before, where you're like, all right, it's 11 o'clock at night Eastern, right? You're kind of getting out of the volume time for Asian, right? And you take a position and you get your setup and it gets perfect closure. You take it and it doesn't drive, and you're like, what the fuck? There's just no volume yet. But then the same position happens 2-3 hours later during the volume time, and then it runs, and you're like, I was just too soon. Timing wasn't right. It's set up, but you still need catalysts to drive markets. There's potential here, right? The hourly's coming up. What's the range to the bottom here? Just kind of you've never closed below. Yeah. It's just not ready yet. Chat, I'm gonna call it a session here. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll continue 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for coming through. How'd you guys do, Eddie? You have positions? Javier? Oh, you're in Denver, right? Or you're in?
Yeah.
Colorado.
It's nice and cold over here, bro.
Damn. How did you get sent over there? How did you fuck up?
My sister had a baby last week.
Oh, damn.
So I came to visit her. I flew in last night, and it just so happened to snow this morning, bro. So it was pretty sweet.
Beautiful. So, have you been to the dispensary yet?
No, I don't. Bro, last time I'll fall asleep, bro.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna set my stop right. What happened?
I'm gonna set my stop at the all-time low.
Fuck it. No stop, gang. And do you have positions? Tino was in here. I know Tino had some buys earlier. He did.
Yeah, I had some buys earlier. They gave us the credentials for that DX trades today through Lark, and I was testing it out. So it needs some work.
10 pip test.
Yeah, it actually ran. I forgot about it, and I set the alarm on TradingView, and the alarm triggered. And when I went to go look at it, it was up. It was up like 30 pips,
W,
but it
30
was only
points.
like a couple point ones. So I was just testing it out.
All right. Dope, dope. I like to hear that. I like that people are actually like testing ideas out, not just fucking diving head first
Yeah,
because they've seen
dude,
something
I
once.
figured they were gonna have issues with DX trades merging all these platforms, and you know, so it's gonna be a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah, that's something interesting I have been doing, testing out new ideas and new theories and forward testing and adding to my own understanding.
Yeah. Drop the loss, drop your risk, and start fucking sample sizing. In live markets, collect data. I do that for stuff like for new things. I'll drop like just to see how it works. I'll drop to a 0.01 just to hold positions open. I've done that. That's what I've done for swing positions, just to see how swings would go. Right, and I had maybe 3 or 4 swing positions just in the last few months since I think since November. But yeah, that's how I approach that. And then now that I'm talking about swing positions here, it's like it would be a standard position, right? It would be a regular position. Just we would be looking for it on the weekly where it would make sense.
Yeah, I had to close my swing long from what 2 Wednesdays ago from 1984 when we bounced. I had it on one of my Lark accounts, and since we had to close all the positions yesterday before 4, I had to close that swing. But shit was up like 50 points, so it was kind of sad. But I'll mentally log that one.
Shit, now you take that one, experience from that one, and you apply it to the next swing.
Yeah.
Oh man, what are we doing here? Is it coming down? Is it gonna break the previous 4-hour lows? It's stood in the same spot for the last 15 minutes. Like the 3 5-minute candles, look, they're just even more, right? They just haven't gone anywhere. Chat, call it a session. Mods, thank you so much for coming through, guys. Javier, Eddie, the rest of the Zoom gang. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, as always. Chat, make sure you show up to Don's stream at 8 a.m. Tomorrow should be a high volume day. We have some news. We have a catalyst to drive. We had a strong drive today. We were creating a top wick, right, for Asian session here for the daily. You might get that daily flip soon. But there's a lot of range, right? As soon as we get out of here, there's a massive amount of range above here or below here, right? Look, clean candles, clean candles. Let's just get out of this little nonsense. All right, so it should be a nice high volume New York session tomorrow. And as for me, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, maybe a few minutes before. Like I think at like, depending on how the 7 p.m. candle is printing, maybe at around 7:45, 7:40, I'll hop on here so we can do an analysis before the candle closes, so we can be ready for the 8 p.m. candle. Okay. All right, gang. That's my time. Enjoy our outro. Love and wisdom to you all. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, good night, good night.